Hello, it's Simbird here, and I'd like to show you today, all you YouTubers and birders and bird watchers. I thought, actually, it's not really me. It's me here, Simbird. I'd like to show you today with my with the help of my little friend called Simbird as well, some bird feeding ideas, because now it's winter. The birds will need to have more energy and food to get them through the winter. Actually, you can feed birds all year round. You can feed them in autumn, spring as well, and summer. The most important thing that you need to remember that they really need the most, especially in say summer when it gets dry, or winter when it gets frozen, the water freezes over. So the number one thing you should give them, I got this, a bottle of water. Try and give them water, or if it gets frozen over, just put some fresh water. Don't make the mistake of putting, some people put in antifreeze. That'll just kill them off quickly. Just plain water from the tap will do, as long as it's flowing and not frozen up. But that's the number one thing to remember. But I'm just going to show you what I put out for the birds during the winter. There's lots of things actually. You can just get, the cheapest thing would be to get some fat balls. You get fat balls like this, but take this off first. Take this netting, because they can get their little feet stuck in their little feet. I completely forgot what they're called. They can get their feet stuck in, anyway, you know what I mean, the feet stuck in there in the netting. So throw the netting away, and you can get these type of and then put them in something that will hold them instead of that netting. So take off the netting and put in one of these containers. This is a nice round one, so they can actually sit in the middle there, nibble away. If you get the ones that are just dangled down like vertically, it's more difficult for some of the birds that just want to sit down, like a robin could sit in the middle there, with having to flap its wings like a hummingbird to just try and get the food. If it's just got a vertical thing like that, they'd have to just keep flying on the side. I've seen them do it. They still can knock it off, but at least they can land there and peck there to get the fat ball. The cheapest is the fat ball, but another version is to get you can actually make these as well. You can look for recipes and make your own balls and put fruits and nuts with it. But you can also get these high energy suet rather than fat. Suet is even better, with already made with berries and bugs. This one, they love that. That goes into a square container, cage kind of container, which you lock up, and there's a little bit on the top where you can hang it, and they peck away that, and that gives them a lot of energy. The next thing that's quite common, give them peanuts. Don't give them salted peanuts, of course, but this is wild bird high energy peanuts. Any make will do, as long as it's nice and fresh. In the winter, you can actually sometimes give them whole like that, but in the spring they'll be feeding their chips, so they'd just drop these in the mouth and choke them. So they'd have to be crushed. If they're loose, they'd have to be crushed peanuts. Of course, you can get a caged one of these, just like so they put their beaks through and they just bite off a bit and feed their chicks in the spring that way. But if you put them out loose, like I do for the adults, you can put them out loose whole in a container there. I like these containers. Look, it's it can hold the food, but it lets the water through. Can you see? Look there, look, the water drains through, because the worst thing is giving them bad food that's gone off, starts to go mouldy. Always give them fresh food. If you're starting to feed birds and they haven't found your place yet, they've got to find it first. You'll find out that it probably goes mouldy, so you throw it away. Just put little or a lot often to start with, but if you're doing it a lot, you'll find it'll go quickly. But to start, you might have to just throw away what goes mouldy until it's just always keep fresh is the main idea. Okay, then we've got the fat and then the nuts. Oh, this is a really good one, and this is actually my favourite. You could give loose seed, but a lot of the seeds they'll either pick and choose and drop on the floor, and then you get loads of things sprouting on your garden, in your garden borders that you don't want. But if you give them these, they're called black sunflower seeds or Niger seeds. They're self-contained seeds. I'll show you closely, and then you'll see why it's good. If I can get look. There we are. I'll put it on my finger so you can see it better. Can you see those are self-contained seeds? They have to bite the outer shell to get inside the seed. So the first thing, they'll remain fresh. If they remain fresh, they won't smell. If they don't smell, they'll like it. Imagine food put in front of you that stinks. You won't eat it. The birds are exactly the same as us, but they've got even better smell than us, so they'll reject it. They'll reject it. You think, why they're not feeding off me? Then you get discouraged. They only like fresh food and water. It has to be fresh and smell nice. So this would be fresh. So they'll open one that's there. Look, open that up, and inside there's like a little parcel of food, and that bit always fresh. So that's really good, and they will always eat the whole thing. And if they don't, they drop the bits on the floor that are just the outer casing, and they'll just eat it whole, or take a few off to their nest. Squirrels like these as well. I think they like nuts and so but I don't mind feeding both actually. So you could put that on your feeder. Look, waterproof feed. You know, it just drains through. What else could we put? So we're going to put sunflowers, nuts. This is good. Fruit. Birds love fruit. But if you put fruit out, you put apples out. Put apples out, of course. But how about these? Keep fresh fruit. Some people put them in water so they get rehydrated, but a lot of birds love this, especially in the winter. It gives them water as well. There's water inside these, especially if you've rehydrated them by dropping them in water for a bit. That's raisins. Good idea. So that's a good mixture. What shall we have next in our little mix? I'll leave that to the end. Oh look, see my little owl as well. It's my little pet owl. Very quiet, and he stands still for a very long time. These are really good. The same version as the fat, not the fat balls, but the suet. This is more like suet than fat. So the suet, I'll get a few out again. It's best to see them close up. see what you think. Put that back there. Here we are, look. Those are little miniature parcels of high energy suet. Brilliant that is. And also you can put those either loose into your little tray, bird tray feeder, or can you see this at the back? You can drop them in here and then they can take them out one by one from there. And so we drop those on there, we can have them loose on there. Trouble is these get wet, so it's best to have a shelter, a little roof on top. Just going to say about this as well, if you get this type of feeder there, you can actually, if you don't want stuff to grow on the floor or encourage mice or anything grabbing stuff that's left on the floor, get one of these and then they'll pick off all the food that drops here. So it drops out of there in the mouth, drops onto there, other birds will pick up whatever debris there's there. But keep it clean, make sure it smells nice, fresh. If they're not eating it, throw it away, start again. Start with that much if you've only just started bird feeding, because they've got to find your area. They don't even know that you've put, there's no signal to say you've put out food. Other birds tell them that it's there, but they have to keep flying there. Why are they flying there? Then they'll start coming. Then you could start putting more, and then you could put more. And I put loads now because lots of birds know exactly where the food store is open. Just think of it, they gotta know where that food store is just open. The new supermarket in town is open today. They got to know that. And I'm gonna, while we're on the suet, just to say, if you've got a drill, homemade, any size drill, can be a tiny one about this size, as big as my finger, or as big as that. There's big drills. You can squeeze homemade suet and fat inside there, and so you could have the bird coming along eating off there. If you want to take photographs, can you imagine? And that'd be a beautiful photo. If you don't want all the artificial feeders on your photo, you can put it on the side of a tree, drill it in the side, and that will make a brilliant photo. Can you imagine a hole drilled there? How good the photo would look. It'd look as if it's real natural, eating from the side, and you get a really good pictures of woodpeckers, especially from that. Get woodpeckers in my garden as well, in the Wyre Forest in Worcestershire. And I'd like to finish on this because one of my favourite birds is a robin, and robins they eat worms and they meaty kind of stuff. Mealy worms. These are actually dried, so they're not moving around, but you can get them live and they're all moving around. Those are really good. Some people put them in a bit of water to hydrate them a bit so they're soft.